Welcome to the BEASTwriter family where social media engagement is encouraged. I am your host, Ryan Sakamoto, and today we are going to be making sense of my day 4 winners and losers of free agency frenzy. So let's get started. Now, before I go ahead and do that, I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you for subscribing to my channel. Just be sure to turn on and flip on the bell notifications so you get notified when I go live or when I upload content. Also, I'm looking at my analytics. I'm still noticing about 63% of you have yet to subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and do so in the lower right-hand corner of your screen, and that way you can stay up to date on all things Beast in real time. Also, I have this new feature. I want to introduce this new cool feature called Super Chat. So if you like the work, like the channel, like the BEASTwriter family we're striving to build, consider sending me a Super Chat. It's just another fun way for me to engage with you. And all proceeds from the Super Chat will be funneled back into the BEASTwriter family. If you watched my live stream yesterday, it was a little embarrassing. My audio went out for like 5 or 7 minutes. I apologize, but it will help obviously get better software, better audio, better visuals, and obviously the maintenance of the channel. So again, thank you so much for everyone who has been for your generosity in sending those Super Chats. They're really cool. So yeah, also it will help us and maintain the Family Friday giveaways, which I do every Friday till the day I die. And speaking of Family Fridays, it's Friday, so we are going to give out this Jimmy Garoppolo bobblehead. So who's going to be the lucky winner? You're going to have to find out. I'm going to hop back on live stream at 2:30 p.m. as I do every weekly show, and we will go ahead and talk about that. All right, so let's talk and dive right into it. Again, if you're watching on Twitter, just click the link in my bio so you'll be entered for my Family Friday giveaways. Some of you guys on Twitter are like, how can I enter? The link's in my bio. It's up there 24/7, 365. Just go ahead and click that. Or if you're on Facebook, which a lot of you guys are, just go to youtube.com/BEASTwriter. All right, so I see the comments that are coming in. We're going to hold off on that for now. I'm just going to go in and talk about yesterday's transactions as it pertains to free agency. And we will go from there, and then I'll start answering those questions. All right, so get those questions ready. Definitely pop those in. I'm going to go ahead and scroll through that. All right, so NFL news, let's go ahead and get started. I am excited. I hope you guys are excited, and I am not wearing a beanie. I am wearing my Bay Area rooted hat. All right, so let's get going. All right, so the Bears released Kyle Fuller. It saves the team $11 million in cap savings. So the move that was made was, why did Ryan Pace release his Pro Bowl cornerback? Bears fans are upset, but it makes sense. I mean, Kyle Fuller's play has gone down since his Pro Bowl season anyways. He's been penalized a lot. I graded every snap of his. I don't see the Pro Bowl type player, although I do see a starting potential player, obviously, because he has that kind of game. But in terms of getting paid like a Pro Bowler, I just don't see that in his game anymore. Not anymore. And with the Chicago Bears being $7.5 million in the red, you can then save $11 million by just wiping your hands clean of Kyle Fuller. It's a no-brainer decision. Plus, the reason why they franchise tagged Allen Robinson was so they can use him as trade bait. I said this earlier, and that's why reports are now out that they're after Kenny Gallaudet, maybe as an insurance policy. Stay tuned there. All right. Furthermore, the team already has Jalen Johnson, the other boundary cornerback, and he's been playing extremely well. So it doesn't surprise me that Kyle Fuller is on the trading block, or sorry, it was a trading block, was released because, again, it was a cap savings move. All right. So what do they do? How does that affect the draft moving forward as they hold the number 20th overall pick? Well, they can stick and go boundary cornerback. If JC Horn is there, I can see Ryan Pace pulling the trigger, or he can address the offensive line or select a wide receiver. So there's a lot of choices for him to go in. Ultimately, it was a smart play in the end, in my opinion. All right, let's go on to the second. I love these banners. All right. Alex Mack. You guys want to know what happened to Alex Mack, right? Alex Mack signed a 3-year deal with the San Francisco 49ers, and he signed that 3-year deal. So who is Alex Mack? Well, he's a 2009 first-round pick, drafted number 21 overall by the Cleveland Browns. He then played for them from 2009 to 2015 before moving on to the Atlanta Falcons from 2016 to 2020. And now he's in San Francisco. Obviously, what's the common denominator here? Kyle Shanahan. He was there throughout, Browns, Falcons, and now the Niners. So a 3-time second team All-Pro. Again, see Western Richburg. Good luck. You're not going to be playing another down for the San Francisco 49ers. They're moving in another direction. So I like this signing. You double down with Trent Williams, although I thought they overpaid for him. A blindside left tackle, don't grow on trees. I get it. And then you get Alex Mack. I like these two moves. Good job by the San Francisco 49ers. GM John Lynch, you hit it on the nail, and I am very proud of you for doing so. Good job. BEASTwriter approved. All right, now let's go ahead and move on. This is an interesting one. The Cleveland Browns signed quarterback Troy Hill to a 4-year deal, $24 million. All right, so people are wondering who Troy Hill is. I'm going to break it down for you. He's a 2015 undrafted agent out of Oregon. He's not the tallest, not the biggest, not the fastest. He clocks in at 5'10", 182. He played for the Bengals, Patriots, and Rams. And he started opposite of Jalen Ramsey under Brandon Staley's defense last year, and he played extremely well. Now, again, why did he go to Cleveland? If you connect the dots, he's from Youngstown, Ohio. So he wanted to go back home. Makes sense. And to peel back another layer of the onion to get to the core, he led the NFL with 119 return yards off interception. So teaming him up with Denzel Ward on the outside, now Stefanski has something to work with for the foreseeable future. Nice play by the Browns to go ahead and get Troy Hill. I like that move. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Ooh, here's one. Mitchell Trubisky. Everyone was saying Mitchell Trubisky to the 49ers. Nope. He's going to the Bills. Everyone said Emmanuel Sanders is going to the 49ers. Nope. He's going to the Bills. Mitchell Trubisky going to back up Josh Allen in Buffalo. I like the move as a backup. I don't see Mitchell Trubisky being anything but a solid backup. I'm not high on Mitchell Trubisky. That's all I'm going to say there. But I do like the sound play because when it comes to backups, hey, he's a pretty good backup. He's a pretty good plug-and-play backup. That's all I got to say about that. All right, so again, he goes to Buffalo. While most Niner fans thought they would get Emmanuel Sanders, he is also off to Buffalo. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next ticker. Dun, dun, dun. The Houston Texans signed nickelback Desmond King to a 1-year, $3.5 million contract. You guys are wondering who Desmond King is. You guys, I don't know who Desmond King is. Well, he's a nickelback. He was drafted in the 2017 draft in the 5th round, number 151 overall by the then San Diego Chargers. Coming out of Iowa, he's 5'10", 201, so he's not the tallest, but he is pretty strong. He has the physique to really hold down the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. I really like his game there. He played for the Chargers from 2017 to 2020 before moving on and going on and being a trade bait to the Tennessee Titans as a midseason trade, and now he is off to the Houston Texans. So they get their nickelback. Now, again, he brings versatilities. That's something that people don't really talk about. Yes. Not only is he a nickelback, he also brings versatility in the return game as a punt returner. So if you're GM Nick Caserio, you just kill 2 birds with 1 stone because you find your nickelback. You didn't have to go after a guy like K-Ball Millens or Mike Hilton. You just go ahead and get Desmond King on a 1-year cheap deal, $3.5 million. And then you also double down on those gains, getting a punt returner in the end. And if you guys are wondering how good Desmond King was, well, in 2018, he was a first-team All-Pro as a nickelback and a second-team All-Pro as the team's punt returner. So good value there. I like GM Nick Caserio's play when it comes to Desmond King, getting him on the cheap. All right, let's go ahead and move on. This is one of my favorite moves of the day yesterday. Dolphins signed wide receiver Will Fuller to a 1-year, $10+ million contract. Will Fuller was definitely a top 5 wide receiver on most teams' boards in this free agent class, hands down, right? This is my favorite day three move, right? So why? Because you team him up with DeVante Parker on the outside, and now that leaves Mike Gesicki, the underrated tight end in my book, who's graded very well in my system, open down the seams. And now they hold the 3rd and 18th overall pick in the draft. So if they wanted to, they can even make a weakness now a strength with Devontae Smith or Jamar Chase at number 3. Interesting. And then they can get Najee Harris at number 18, which I said in my mock drafts. Interesting, right? So the offensive power that the Miami Dolphins now have is at their disposal. They're going to be an offensive juggernaut. Don't be surprised. Again, I'm telling you, Miami Dolphins right now have to be considered a front runner to be in the AFC Championship game. Absolutely. Hands down. Absolutely. All right. And with Will Fuller having 4.3 speed. He can then stretch the field vertically. He has 4.32 40-yard dash speed. So I'm really excited what Will Fuller can do in Brian Flores' offense. All right. So again, he does come with buyers beware, though. I do like the pick, but comes with buyers beware. Let me go ahead and talk about that. Right, he's 6 foot, 186 pounds. He's a 2016 first-round pick, drafted number 21 overall at Notre Dame, but he never reached a 1,000-yard season. Why? Well, he came close in 2020, but then he was suspended. Yes, he was suspended 6 games for PED, performance-enhancing drugs. So PED's not good. He will then roll over that suspension into 2021, missing the first game of that season. So buyers beware, buyer beware. But he did set career highs in catches with 53 catches, subbing in for DeAndre Hopkins, who then is obviously off to the Arizona Cardinals. And his first year as a wide receiver 1, racked up 879 receiving yards and 8 touchdowns. So you can't really miss that type of production. He got good production there. All right. But he did have, the PEDs. And then I believe he had a broken collarbone in 2017. And he also had a torn ACL in 2018. So again, not the best with Will Fuller, but I like the potential there. All right, moving on. LaMarcus Joyner. The Jets signed a free safety, LaMarcus Joyner. Again, this is where versatility comes into play on day 4 free agency. If you look at the trends of what NFL teams are doing, as I cover all 32, you're going to notice something here. All right, some trends. LaMarcus Joyner, who is he? Was a 2014 second-round pick, number 41 overall out of Florida State. All right. He played for the Rams from 2014 to 2018 before moving on and signing that big contract with the Oakland Raiders at the time from 2019 to 2020. Now, here's the kicker, right? He's only 5'8". He's only 5'8" and weighs 184 pounds. So he's not the biggest guy, but he adds versatility. Why? Because he can play that nickelback free safety role. And if you're Robert Saleh and you need a nickelback, people are tying him to K'Waun Williams. I wouldn't be so quick to say that because now LaMarcus Joyner is there. He can do dual roles. So it's going to be interesting to see where K'Waun Williams goes. A lot of people had him tied to the New York Jets. Don't be surprised if they pass up on him because they already got LaMarcus Joyner. He can do both. All right, let's go ahead and move on. The Jets, not playing around. They get Keelan Coles, who signed a 1-year, $5.5 million contract. That's right, $5.5 million contract. Let's go ahead and talk about Keelan Cole for a little bit. He's a 2017 undrafted rookie free agent out of Kentucky Wesleyan. And he is not the biggest or the fastest or the strongest, but he clocks in at 6 foot, 185 pounds. He ran a 40-yard dash, I believe in the 4.5 range. He also had 40 catches for 560 yards and 3 touchdowns last year. So that's kind of like, he didn't have those stats last year. Excuse me. He had, that's my predicted stat line for him, is 40 catches for 560 yards and 3 touchdowns. If you look at his numbers, that's where he's kind of going to be tailored at. And that's why I project him to be. Again, it comes down to versatility, though, right, in his game. So if you look at his versatility, as I'm pulling up the numbers here, man, the guy is a good punt returner, and he's a good wide receiver. So again, Robert Saleh, GM Joe Douglas, not playing around. They get versatility with LaMarcus Joyner, and they double down on that with Keelan Cole. Not to be outdone, look what they do again. Look at the next ticker. Jets agree to terms with freaking offensive guard / center, Dan Feeney. This is one of those underrated plays that no one's going to be talking about, but I am. All right. This is why I cover all 32, because I think this is a play that's going to be really beneficial for Robert Saleh moving forward. Why? Well, I'm going to break it down for you. All right. So you guys are wondering, here's some food for thought. Lance Zierlein, the NFL draft guru, he labeled Dan Feeney coming out of the 2017 draft as the best interior offensive lineman in that draft class. Legit. Not joking. He also had really good high things to say about him. Well, fast forward to today. Well, who is Dan Feeney? Was a 2017 third-round pick drafted number 71 overall by the then San Diego Chargers. He then played coming out of Indiana, of course, and then at 6'4", 305 pounds, you see the movement skills. So he's a very athletic interior offensive lineman. That's what Lance Zierlein liked about his game. And again, he adds versatility, just like LaMarcus Joyner, just like Keelan Cole. He can switch in from guard or center. So again, nice play by Robert Saleh and Joe Douglas, adding versatility, killing 2 birds with 1 stone there. You look what the Jets are doing, man. They're making sound plays. They're making very sound plays. All right, let's go ahead and move on. The Carolina Panthers, you Panthers fans out there, you're like, Beast, you got to give us some Panthers news, man. Here it is. You guys just signed David Moore from the Seattle Seahawks. Good play. Very good play. So who is David Moore? Was a 2017 seventh round pick, drafted number 226 overall, I believe. I just got to double check on that. Want to make sure I get it right. Yeah. 7th round, 226 at East Central, a Division II school. He played for the Seahawks from 2017 to 2020. That much I know. And he is a replacement for the guy you guys just lost to Washington, Curtis Samuel. He can play the slot position, although he's not going to line up in the backfield, be the gadget player that Curtis Samuel was. But David Moore brings a powerful punch to that receiving core unit. I really like this move there. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Giants. The New York Giants agreed to terms with tight end Kyle Rudolph, the longtime Minnesota Viking. What do I like about this move? Well, again, who is Kyle Rudolph? Well, he's a 2011 second-round pick, drafted number 43 overall out of Notre Dame. Played for the Vikings from 2011 to 2020. And again, he comes from a basketball background, clocking at 6'6", 259, had a 34.5-inch vertical jump at his pro day and the NFL Combine. He's good at winning 50-50 balls down inside the red zone. And when you look at what the Giants are trying to do here, you have Kyle Rudolph and now Evan Ingram, who's in the last year of his contract. Well, then you get your insurance policy in case Evan Ingram wants to test free agency next year, or if you don't franchise tag for whatever reason, can't extend him, right? So you can see how the pieces are in place in New York. Good play by David Gettleman to go ahead and make that deal. All right, the Raiders, the Oakland Raiders. This is the last one, and then I'll get to your questions. They're coming in hot. I see them. The Raiders signed Kenyon Drake. Kenyon freaking Drake, man. And people are wondering, oh, man, they already have Josh Jacobs. Why would they sign him to a 2-year, $14.5 million deal? I'll tell you why. Because he's from Alabama, teaming up with Josh Jacobs. I'm joking. No, but seriously, who is Kenyon Drake? You guys are wondering. Well, he's a 2016 third-round pick, drafted number 73 overall out of Alabama. I just said that. Crimson Tide played for them for 2016 to 2019 before being a mid-season trade to the Arizona Cardinals. And then his first game as a Cardinal in that Monday Night Football matchup against the San Francisco 49ers, where he went off. You guys remember that game? Yes, I do. Clocking in at 6'1", 210 pounds. The guy is a beast. I really like what he brings to the table. However, his game has kind of been inconsistent. He did set career highs, though, last year with 955 rushing yards, and I believe he had 10 touchdowns. So I like him because he brings productivity, but as a running back one, I thought he would at least top 1,000 yards. I know it's only 45 yards off, but I was thinking more in the 1,300 range, especially under Cliff Kingsbury's offense. Ultimately, didn't happen. Now he goes off to the Raiders and teams up with Josh Jacobs. I really like that move. All right. That was like a 2-minute drill that went 18 minutes long. Now let's get to your questions. I love them. Let's go ahead and talk about that. All right. Whew. Lot to discuss. All right. William Robert says, what's up, Beast? What is going on? Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully my audio is working, guys. Is my audio working? Tell me if it's not working. Robert Watson, the very first winner of the BEASTwriter family giveaway, says, sup, Beast? Will Watson's lawsuits affect his trade value? It looks like we might be sticking with Jimmy number 1 and Flacco number 2, or are we drafting? Great question, Robert. And in answering your question, it's tough, man. I think ultimately, I think Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be the starter. And I think as it currently stands, obviously, as we get closer to the draft, there's things are going to start falling in place. All right. They already started with the first domino with free agency. Now we're going to head into the draft. We're really going to dig deep and see exactly what's true and what's not true. But Joe Flacco is interesting because it's telling the team like, hey, look, we can win the Super Bowl with Joe Flacco because he has one. So if Jimmy Garoppolo goes down, this is our insurance policy, and we know we can win with him. He just doesn't have to screw up the Ferrari, and he can do that. So, yeah, I can see them rolling with Joe Flacco. If they don't go Joe Flacco, obviously they're going to have to find someone in the draft. But I don't see them going after a guy like Zach Wilson, especially now with Jimmy Garoppolo there as the number 1 quarterback. I don't know. It's going to be tough. It's going to be interesting. We still don't know what's going on with Deshaun Watson. I mean, these are all allegations at this point. Mariah Lee, how's it going? thank you for tuning in. I appreciate the love and support. And again, Robert, thank you for your generosity, man. You've been nothing but awesome. I really appreciate it, man. Yeah, words can't express how thankful I am having you in my corner. All right. William Roberts from the BEASTwriter family says, I think Davis Mills would be the quarterback that Lynch drafts. He is like Peyton Manning or Andrew Luck, how he plays. Oh, man. Stanford guy. I don't know. I don't see that, but it could happen because it's John Lynch. All right. Nico Wilson from the BEASTwriter family. Get beast with it like the Niners will be in 2021. All right. Thomas Young says, dude, what's up? How you doing? Forrest Ultimate Report says, BEASTwriter, what's up? I know this is going to be a great show as always. Thank you so much for the love. I appreciate you, bro. I'm going to have Forrest Ultimate Report on our show sooner rather than later. So stay tuned for that. All right. Thomas Young for the BEASTwriter family. I questioned the whole Watson thing with no criminal charges. Yes. I mean, there are allegations at this point. Sanjo Sunny from the BEASTwriter family says, what's good, bro? What is up? I see you, bro. Thank you for tuning in. Horacio says, what's up? How you doing, man? From Twitter, I see you. Get yourself a YouTube, man, like everyone else, like Jason Ellsworth. Jason Ellsworth for the BEASTwriter family. Haha, what do you think of the Niners bringing in Flacco yesterday for a visit? It's a joke, right? No, it's not a joke. It absolutely is not a joke. It's very serious. Legit serious for him to come in to San Francisco, Levi Stadium, Santa Clara, whatever, same difference. It's not a joke. It could very well play out. Am I excited about Joe Flacco? I wouldn't say I'm excited, but I can see why John Lynch is making this move. Now, is it the right move? Would I make it? No. But I'm not John Lynch. I'm not the one making these decisions. He is. 704 Bound Charlotte. What's up, bro? What is going on, man? What do you think about the signing that you just got with David Moore? I think he might be able to replace Curtis Samuel from the slot position, but he's not going to be that type of a gadget player lining up in the backfield. What are your thoughts on that? I want to know what you have to say about that one. Eduardo Pagan says it's Jimmy G's year. Yes, it is. Ooh, we got Tony Nagatani from the BEASTwriter family. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it, bro. He says, hot damn beast. Glad you got monetized. It's about time, right? It's about time I got monetized. Who do you think is the best free agent still on the market? Kenny Gallaudet. Kenny Gallaudet is my top free agent still on the market. And why he's not signed by an NFL team is beyond me. That guy is a baller. Again, I said he could be a top 10 wide receiver if healthy. If is the key word. That's why he's still on the market, because people don't want to take a risk on a player, especially when he's due to make $10 to $12 million, if they don't think that he's going to hold up for a full 16-game schedule. Let's not get it twisted. With that being said, Kenny Gallaudet has all the skills to be a top 10 wide receiver at the NFL level. I believe he led the league in touchdowns in 2019. If I'm not mistaken, it was one of those years. I have to look it up, but you guys can vouch for me. If I'm correct, just say you are right on Gallaudet. But getting back to Kenny Gallaudet, he's a baller, an absolute baller. I love Kenny Gallaudet. Whatever team he goes to that needs a wide receiver, you guys are going to be liking this play, because Kenny Gallaudet, although not a household name, he very well could be if he's a wide receiver one and stays healthy. So I like that. Tony Nagatani, thank you so much for your generosity. And again, we have good things coming in the BEASTwriter family. If you guys don't know, and you guys are on YouTube, all you guys are here, check out my community page. We just unveiled and released our official BEASTwriter family logo. That is right. It's on my banners on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. If you look at our channel art, you will notice that we have a BEASTwriter family logo. It took well over a month. I'm a perfectionist. I had to fine-tune it. I had my graphic designer fine-tune it, work it. Let me know what your thoughts are. And we are going to make some swag, some t-shirts, some sweatshirts, some hats with all of this stuff as giveaways. I think it's a cool idea. If you guys catch my Bay Area rooted swag here, you guys know I'm all about premium quality stuff. I don't mess with anything that's designed or made outside the U.S. Everything is designed or made in the U.S., the best quality. And you guys are really going to like what we have coming up. So again, check that out. Let me know what you think of the BEASTwriter family official logo. I'm going to be talking about that in more detail later on Family Fridays at 2:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on another live stream. All right. Let's go ahead and move on. 49ers Ultimate Report. Thank you so much for the snap. What's this thing called? Super Chat. I keep thinking Snapchat, but it's called the Super Chat. Super Chat. I like your hat. Where can I get one? Hey, I have a lot of them here, actually. It's my business. It's my other business that I have. So, yeah, hit me up. I will go ahead and get you squared away. Thank you so much for the love. And donations for the proceeds for the Bay Area Rooted, they get funneled back into the Bay Area. We were doing pop-up shops. Obviously, once COVID hit, we had to stop that, obviously. Hopefully, things are opening back up. So, look for that to hit Bay Area communities all around. All right, Nico Wilson. But thank you for your generosity, Florence Ultimate Report. Much love to you. Mahalo. Nico Wilson said, let's get Mariota. He is so underrated, and he's right there to grab. He can do everything Jimmy do and got that spark. Yeah, he does. He does. He can do a lot more than Jimmy Garoppolo and what he brings to the table. He can do naked bootlegs, something Jimmy Garoppolo cannot do, something Steve Young did. Just saying. All right. Alberto Peral from the BEASTwriter family. Thank you for your question. He says, Zach 49 in the house. Najee Harris to the Niners. Still waiting for my Niners backpack. Hey. Well, you're in luck, man. Just you subscribed, so you're entered automatically. And yes, we're doing the BEASTwriter family giveaway for the Jimmy Garoppolo bobblehead. That will be released at 2:30 p.m. in the live stream. And I can't wait to talk to you guys more about what we have coming up as far as the giveaways, as far as our official family logo, what that means, what that entails, why I designed it that way, why I picked that color scheme. There's a lot of thought process. There's a thought out process that went into this. Yeah, we have a really cool backstory to it. So stay tuned for that. Alex Mosqueda, my man, says 49ers will win Super Bowl this year, barring injuries. I don't think so. You still owe me lunch, Alex Mosqueda. You still owe me lunch. All right. Sanjo Sunny. He said that the Seahawks were not going to win X amount of games and Niners would win X amount of games and they would finish first in the division. I said, no, I think the Seahawks are going to win the division. And here we are. All right. Sanjo Sunny, if Mariota gets cut, do you think Niners should pursue him? Thoughts? Yes, I think they should pursue him. Will they? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know if they'll pursue him, but it's going to be close. It's going to be close because at the end of the day, what he brings to the table is something interesting, right? It's something interesting, and he brings the intangibles that Jimmy Garoppolo does not have. You know, that's dual threat ability. That's everything that comes with it. You can do more with Marcus Mariota because he can scramble. He can open up the passing game with his legs, and that will create more opportunities for George Kittle down the field. That will create more opportunities for Brandon Ayuk going across the grain. That will create more opportunity for Deebo Samuel on those shallow crossing digs and the intermediate passing game. So there's a lot of different things you could do with Mariota. I think that's why people like him. All right. Alex Mosqueda says, Ryan Sakamoto is a good guy, but he needs to stay faithful to the Niners. Hey, all I got to say is I cover all 32 NFL teams, and I always keep it real, which is why I have all 32 fan bases chiming in. Because no matter what team you root for, you guys know I always keep it real. So I'm not biased. And you know that. And you know that. So when we're going to lunch, we can go today. I'll be at the gym today. Lunar Mystic from the BEASTwriter family. Niners fans recommending quarterbacks that are not big upgrades. That should be true. All right. My man Alex says at 12, Niners select top defensive back, hoping for Satan. Yes. You know how I feel about Patrick Satan, my man. Alex Mosqueda, good guy, played ball at Bellarmine. Yeah. Good kid. 49ers should resign Jordan Reed. Another one from Alex Mosqueda. Yes and no. They got Ross Dwelly. What do you think about Ross Dwelly? You don't like Ross Dwelly? Come on. Everyone loves Ross Dwelly. All right. Let's go ahead and move on. My man JP from the Arizona Cardinals fan base. Here we go. any decent quarterbacks left, my Cardinals are bare at that position. Yeah, you're not kidding. Patrick Peterson, I would let him go. All this news about Patrick Peterson going to the Minnesota Vikings, how that's a good deal on the 10. No. He's not even graded average in my grading system, bro. You know this. I know this. I broke it down brick by brick, grade by grade, snap by snap. No, not worth it. Household name at best. You guys are going to see it in Minnesota. And why did they have to get it? They didn't have to get him. They had Cameron Dantzler, a third-round pick, and then they have Jeff Gladney in the first round last year. So what are you doing? Like, why would you need Patrick Peterson other than to mentor those guys? And for $10 million to mentor somebody, you can get in someone on the cheap to mentor somebody. I don't see where he's going to be a fit. What, you're just going to have a mirror receivers and then give up first downs all day? I don't know. And getting back to your question, are there any quarterbacks left on the market? Let's go ahead and see what's out there, right? I love looking at Greg Rosenthal's list. Again, if you don't follow Greg Rosenthal from NFL.com, do yourself a favor and go ahead and do that. Man, this guy is spot on, bro. I'm telling you, Greg Rosenthal, one of the most well-respected guys in my book. There's a lot of people out there, but I only follow a certain few. Greg Rosenthal is one of them. So he's BEASTwriter approved. And look who he has as his top free agent, Kenny Gallaudet. Great minds think alike. I didn't even know that. I didn't even look at this list yet. All right, so what is out there based on he has Adoree Jackson at 35. I'm going to have to disagree with you, Greg Rosenthal. I don't like Adoree Jackson. Adoree Jackson is out there, Jan Paul. I don't really like him. I don't think there's any cornerbacks out there, bro. I'm looking at it right now. Malcolm Butler, pass. Richard Sherman, nah. You guys don't need Xavier Rhodes, nah. Household name. K'Wan Williams. I would like to see you guys go after a nickelback in K'Wan Williams. What do you think about that? I like him. I like K'Wan Williams. He's still on the market. That's the one guy I would see you guys should go after and target. You guys have Byron Murphy, I know. But K'Wan Williams is definitely an upgrade over Byron Murphy, which likely won't happen because you guys already have Byron Murphy. But I like K'Wan Williams. All right. Pete Gorman from the BEASTwriter family. Your thoughts on this whole Deshaun thing? My thoughts, man, is I don't know what the heck is going on with that, man. I think it's really odd. Okay, these are allegations, so obviously we all got to be careful about what we say because, it could be true, could not be. We just don't know. What I will say is this. It's very interesting that this comes out now. And all of a sudden, it's like back to back to back to back. We're getting ESPN notifications every time we wake up. It's like how Jimmy Garoppolo feels every time he wakes up and he's rumored in trade rumors. Or the Niners are upgrading at the position. Same thing. I'm not trying to throw shade. This is real. For real. Think about it. Like, every time we wake up now, it's all Deshaun Watson allegations. New stuff coming. I'm not saying it's not true. Hey, they all could be true. I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying it's interesting how this is all coming out like right now. And it's all like boom, 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 boom. It's interesting. I can't say much about it because I don't know. I have no idea what's going on there. So I'm just going to say I don't know because I don't know. Mark from the BEASTwriter family. What's up, Beast? How you doing, Mark? I see you got a BEASTwriter family account on the YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in. All right. Thoughts on any free agents still out there you think the Niners should try to acquire, or should they just focus through the draft? Focus through the draft. It's like going to the poker table or actually playing blackjack or playing craps, and then you're one and done, right? You go to play, what is it? The craps table, and then you bet on the field, right? You bet on the field, you play the field, one rollout, hits a 10, you bounce, right? You go all in, and you pull out, you're done. Niners, you just pull out, hey, take the rest of the week off, get ready for the draft. Just get ready for the draft. You're good. You're good. You are done. That's my answer. Just build through the draft from now on. All right. William Irvs, if Jimmy doesn't win the Super Bowl this year in 21, is he gone? Ooh. Thank you for your question, William. I appreciate the love. Get yourself a BEASTwriter family account on YouTube. Just go to youtube.com/BEASTwriter. I know you have a YouTube account, bro. That way you'll be entered for our Family Friday giveaways. But get back to your question. I think that's unfair blame to say if Jimmy Garoppolo does not win a Super Bowl, they should get rid of him. I think they should get rid of him before 2021. He needs a fresh start. And that's, again, it comes up here. football is as mental as it is physical, right? So if you want to take that into account, how can any player have success when you're constantly being used as trade bait or that the team's looking to upgrade at your position? I mean, you don't hear these things with some of these other players, but ultimately he gets paid the big bucks because he's the quarterback. So that comes with the heat, that comes with the territory. I get it. But still, we're all human. And you can't tell me that Jimmy Garoppolo is going to have great success in 2021, knowing in the back of his mind that he has Joe Flacco playing behind him, and he won the Super Bowl. And maybe there's people in that locker room saying, "Dude, you know what? Maybe it's time we just roll with Joe Flacco, man, because he won a Super Bowl. This guy who's starting for us, he's I don't know if I don't know if I want to go another season like that, man. We're halfway at the midway point, and this is not the time to play around. Joe Flacco has been looking pretty decent in practice, sometimes better in practice, and some days. Why not just go to Joe Flacco? Or if it's not Joe Flacco, they bring in a young quarterback. That's even worse. He's the future. You're not the future. He's the future. So if you're looking over your shoulder, being like, man, like you can't. That's like walking on eggshells. You cannot. Setting him up for failure. That's all I gotta say. You're setting up Jimmy G for failure. All right. Alejandra Bermudez for the Facebook family says, do you think all this legal allegation of assault will affect his trade value? Possibly. Jacob Phillips says, congrats, Robert. All right. Runa Pereira, don't we, from the BEASTwriter family, don't we need a better puncher, draft or free agency? You guys don't like Mitch Wisnowski, who you drafted in the 4th round? I've never been a firm believer in drafting a punter or a kicker in the draft at all. The highest at all. You can find one off the market, off the grid. You can sign one off the street, literally. You can go to a high school field, see some guy kicking, like, hey, this guy can kick 50-yard field goals. You want to sign on? Sure, I'll give you a 10-day contract, and then let's have a tryout. It's not as easy as it looks, obviously. But what I'm saying is, for a 4th-round pick for a punter, I mean, what is this? The Bradley Pinion days of Trent Baalke when you drafted Bradley Pinion out of Clemson? Come on. Don't we learn our lessons? I don't know. But unless he's Andy Lee, that guy's still, that man, one of my favorite special teams players on the 49ers ever, Andy Lee. I was going to have a glass of water, take a breath. Bro, when we going out to lunch, bro? When we going out to lunch? All right. Butters49 from the BEASTwriter fan says, what up, Beast? What is going on? Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Isaac V from the BEASTwriter family says, happy Friday. Any thoughts on the Seahawks signing Gabe Jackson? Thank you for your question, Isaac. I assume you're a Seahawks fan, and welcome. But in getting to your question, I spoke about Gabe Jackson yesterday. I liked the move. They only gave up a 5th-round pick to get Gabe Jackson, so the Seahawks only have 3 draft picks in the 2021 NFL draft. So they don't have much draft capital because, again, they traded for Jamal Adams, of course, and we all know what happened there. But, anytime you get Jamal Adams and Gabe Jackson and give up draft picks, that's a win. That's a win in my book. And I like Gabe Jackson with the Seattle Seahawks. I think he's perfect for what they like to do in that zone blocking scheme under Pete Carroll. Good things are going to happen for Russell Wilson having Gabe Jackson in front of him blocking for him. So I like Gabe Jackson. All right. Thomas Young says, from the BEASTwriter family, Flacco in the quarterback room could be a good add. Should we draft a young quarterback? Yes, absolutely. Look, Niners fans know this. The one common denominator is the unknown, that we don't know what we're getting with Jimmy Garoppolo. I think every Niner fan is tired of hearing it from me, hearing it from Mayoko, hearing it from Barrows, hearing it from Cam Inman, Grant Cohn, whoever. All the talk has been centered around Jimmy Garoppolo and his future. We're all tired of it. Whether you're on the fence on Jimmy Garoppolo or you're a Jimmy Garoppolo supporter, it doesn't matter. Both you guys are tired of hearing this stuff. I'm tired of talking about it. But we have to. Why? Because it's an ongoing issue. Now, with that being said, I do believe they should draft a young quarterback because that's your future. Joe Flacco is not your future. Joe Flacco is just a Band-Aid over a prolonged problem. You need to stop the bleeding. tear off the Band-Aid, let the healing begin, draft a young quarterback, and then it will give faithful something to look forward to. Hey, this is our guy. Oh, wait, they did have that. CJ Beathard. Yes, for those who say Kyle Shanahan's good at drafting quarterbacks, well, CJ Beathard was his guy. He traded up in the third round to get him and said, that was my guy. Is he going to, lightning going to strike twice again in 2021? We're going to find out. Because let me tell you something. If he doesn't go after someone in the first round and trade up for a top-tier young quarterback, he's going to pick one on day 3. I don't think it's going to be on day 2. Day 2 or day 3. 3rd or 4th round. And this is not a strong quarterback class when it comes to day 3 or day 4 picks. I'm just saying. All right, Cali Cards says, what do you think of Juju taking less for the Steelers versus multi-year for more money from Eagles and the Ravens? The Ravens obviously also offered more money too. To get to this point, for those who don't know, Juju Smith-Schuster signed a 1-year, $8 million contract to return to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I like that move. You keep Deontay Johnson there. You keep Juju Smith-Schuster there, and you have Chase Claypool. I like that, especially with Nate Washington there. Or James Washington, excuse me. But with that trio, or whatever, quadruplets, I guess you would call them, of wide receivers, I like those plays. I like it. I like Juju Smith coming back on the cheap because it shows that he wants to win. It shows that he wants to stay in Pittsburgh. And that's more of a testament to the Pittsburgh Steelers first-class organization. For those who don't know, the Steelers are a first-class organization. They are the standard. I would say the Green Bay Packers are the standard. Those guys are the standard. Niners, historically under Eddie DeBartolo, they were the standard. But this is a different regime. But getting back to the Steelers, it's more of a testament for the Pittsburgh Steelers, GM Kevin Colbert, and the Rooney organization to go ahead and say, hey, look, this is how we do business here. And Juju Smith-Schuster, they say money talks, we know what walks. He came back. He came back walking to the Steelers saying, hey, it's not about the money. Credit to the Pittsburgh Steelers organization and first-class organization for getting it done with Juju Smith-Schuster. I really like this move, and it says a lot about the Pittsburgh Steelers organization and who they are and what they stand for. All right, 2007 Magoo from the BEASTwriter family says, love the logo. Yes, if you guys haven't seen the BEASTwriter family logo, BWF stands for BEASTwriter family. Check that out. Has our 6-point star, which is on the Bay Area rooted logo as well. Has the barbell, has the football in there, because football and fitness, that's what we do. It's a great logo. I like it. Butters49 from the BEASTwriter family. Gino Atkins is now a free agent. No surprise. I said it was going to happen in my YouTube receipts. Do you think he would be a good pickup for the Niners? No, I do not. And the reason I say that is because they already have DJ Jones there. So if you have DJ Jones there, you're going to take away snaps from Javon Kinlaw there. Are they supposed to kick in Eric Armstead inside, or they're leaving him outside? With Nick Bosa there, we still don't know if Kerry Hyde. I mean, there's a lot of guys there. There's just not a snaps to go around to warrant getting a guy like Gino Atkins. I can see him being a rotational player at this point. Again, he's an 8-time Pro Bowl player. I get it. But for what the Niners have currently on their roster, you'll be slowing down Javon Kinlaw's progress, and ultimately you drafted in the first round to be a 3-down player, not a 2-down run stuffer. All right, Mariah Lee from the BEASTwriter family. Love the logo. Can't wait for the gear to be released. There you go. You guys asked, and you guys will receive. You guys wanted it, so now you guys got it. I hope you guys love it because it costs a lot of money to make. Graphic designers are not cheap. I'll tell you that right now. And had multiple graphic designers working on this one. All right. Romero Puentes from the BEASTwriter family. Hey, Ryan, can you say hi to my cousin, the Pintores from South City? Big Niners fans, and I still think the best choice for the Niners is Josh Slater or Horn first round, and Campbell or that center from Bama, Landon Dickerson. I got you. I got you covered, bro. So, yes, I will say hi to your cousins, the Pintores from South City. Welcome, and happy that you guys are Niner fans. Keep the faith over there. So, to the Pintores from South City, my hat's off to you. Welcome to the BEASTwriter family where social media engagement is encouraged. We got TJ Niner in the house. All right. Greg, thank you so much for tuning in. Greg Kennedy Jr. says, There are still a lot of good secondary players out there in free agency. Should we go after Kyle Fuller or Melvin Ingram? No, absolutely not, Greg. The reason I say that is because, again, look at what the Niners are doing. They already heavily invested in their eyes when it comes to Emmanuel Mosley and Jason Verrett. There's no need to have Kyle Fuller because where would he fit in? You don't spend a 2-year contract with $10.5 million on Emmanuel Mosley for him to ride the pine or to be a third cornerback. He's the starter. Same with Jason Verrett. He didn't come back to San Francisco to be a third down option or a third cornerback on the depth chart. He is going to be the starter. So when you take that into account, there's no room for Kyle Fuller. Also, he's going to command more money than what the 49ers can offer him anyways based on the cap. So he's out. Melvin Ingram is also out. I don't see them making any plays there. I think they are done with free agency. Hey, look, any questions regarding the Niners and free agency, they are done. They're done. They don't need to do anything more. They did everything they needed to do, and that was keeping the in-house free agents happy. And they did. Kyle Juszczyk, Jason Verrett, Emmanuel Mosley, Trent Williams. Big one. What else do you guys want? You can't sign out. You can't sign everyone. Kendrick Bourne's gone. So what? It's fine. I'd rather have Kendrick Bourne leave than lose any of those 4 guys I just mentioned. All right. Alex Mack, lunch anytime for the record. The French had $100 million on IR. So, lunch. It doesn't matter. Still lunch. Don't make excuses. That's why you have me. I'm forward thinking. We can double down on this if you want. We can double down on these gains. Project Max from the BEASTwriter family. Where do you rank Niners in our division? Currently, I have them ranked second. But then again, you have the Cardinals right there. They're improving. They obviously got Rodney Hudson. They got J.J. Watt. I mean, that's lethal on both sides of the offense and defensive line, respectively. I like those plays. Then you got the Rams. Their defense is always good. They did lose John Johnson, so that's huge on the back end of the secondary. But they also lost Troy Hill. So 2 parts of the secondary is gone. Interesting. But Niners have to be considered almost the front runner. I'm not sure if I'd put them there yet. Obviously, the Seahawks would be last still in my book, but Niners and I'm going to say the Arizona Cardinals. It's going to be between those 2 guys. They'll be fighting for the top spot in the NFC West. Don't sleep on the Cardinals. Don't sleep on them. All right. They do need boundary cornerback help. That's one thing that I will say. So, who's going to stop Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel when they match up? Good luck. Good luck. All right. Kelly Cards from YouTube or Twitter says, "Get Flacco. Can't wait for Mariota. Longer they wait, more desperate. A solid veteran backup." Very true. All right. Let's get to some of your questions. Waruna Pereira, thank you so much for your generosity in the super chat. Says Wisnowski was drafted in the 4th round. Yeah, see, Wisnowski was drafted in the 4th round, number 110 overall. Why? Because he was the best punter in the draft, probably. That's why. Thank you so much for your generosity, Waruna Pereira from the BEASTwriter family. I see you, and thank you so much for your thoughts and giving me that info. Yes, he was drafted in the 4th round. As I said earlier, it's interesting. Again, my favorite punter of all time for the 49ers is Andy Lee. Who's your guys' favorite punter? That's what I want to know. All right, let's go ahead and move on. All right. Jerry Yang, my man from the BEASTwriter family, says Kyle Fuller is still a free agent. So that might be a guy to look at for the Cardinals. Maybe the Cardinals can go ahead and get a Kyle Fuller. I like that play. That's actually a very smart play. However, there's not much out there. So if the Cardinals were to make a play, it'd be a realistic move because GM Steve Keim, again, is in win now mode. Maybe they sign Kyle Fuller to a 1-year deal. 1-year deal worth probably, I don't know, $10 million, $8 to $10 million. Would he take it? I think he would because free agency is dying down now. The market's drying up. So the players no longer hold the leverage, and that sucks that Kyle Fuller was released midway into free agency. He's probably, dude, like, you should have just did this a long time. Why are you doing it now? Like he's probably ticked off at Ryan Pace saying, you knew this all along, probably. Why don't you just tell me before free agency starts so I can start, lining up teams to see where I wanted to go. Instead, you do this now. That's shady. Thanks, douche. Real talk. If you're in Kyle Fuller's shoes right now, you're probably saying to yourself, that was a move. That was beep, 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 beep. Right? Just saying. JP, my man from the Arizona Cardinals land, says Patrick Peterson. When we talk about P2, he means Patrick Peterson. P2, because that's his initials. Patrick Peterson, 2Ps. P2 got beat by Brandon Pettis. Yeah, Patrick Peterson has been so bad. He's bad. Paul Wills from the BEASTwriter family. Hell no to Jordan Reed. He can throw a temper tantrum like a baby somewhere else. There you go. All right. Let's go ahead and move on. Alex Mosqueda, my man for the BEASTwriter family, says, I love Ross the boss, but injuries, all that. We know how it went last year. Jordan Reed can open it up. If Jimmy G can get the ball out. I played for Valley Christian, Go Warriors. Mahalo for the kindness. Yes, Valley Christian. I said Bellarmine, Valley Christian. My bad. I get the schools mixed up because you guys have similar colors. Alejandro Bermudez. K1 Mullins will re-sign with the Niners or with the Jets. Interesting take, because I just said earlier that they got who? LaMarcus Joyner, who can also play the slot cornerback position. We don't know exactly what kind of role he's going to be used in, because he can also play free safety. Ultimately, I think they signed him to be a free safety, but in certain package situations, do they lock him in as they slot cornerback and roll that way because they invested heavily in that guy, right? So it'll be interesting to see what they do there. That's all I got to say. All right. Damo209 from the BEASTwriter family. Do you think these allegations things could make Watson cheaper? I don't know, man. I think we're playing a little bit with fire right here. I mean, all these allegations, again, they're allegations, right? So we don't know what's going on. If I'm a GM, I am looking at this one of two ways. One, I'm going to take it very seriously because stuff like this is very serious. So obviously it already triggers a red flag. But in fairness to Deshaun Watson, they are just allegations. So if I'm sitting there, if I'm the GM right now, if I'm GM John Lynch or playing the role, if I'm the 49ers GM and I'm looking to make a play for Deshaun Watson, I'm looking at this like, okay, this is bad. This is we can't have this. This is non-negotiable. Like, if they are true, we're not moving off our spot. We're just going in a different direction altogether. But again, these are allegations. So we don't want to jump to conclusions because it's unfair for Deshaun Watson without going through the process. We don't know what's going on. We don't know if this is true or this is just smoke. We don't know. Athletes get this stuff all the time. Celebrities get this kind of stuff all the time. Why? Because it comes down to money. I'm not saying these people want money. I'm not saying that. So what I'm saying is it does happen, though. We've seen it happen in the past. I'm not saying it's happening to Deshaun Watson's case. I'm just saying it happened. So with that being said, if I'm a GM, I'm just looking at the allegations because, again, they could be true. They could be not true. So we're just going to have to let the process play itself out. And this is in your question, does this make Watson cheaper? No, it does not. In my opinion, because at the end of the day, there's no GM is going to make a move without knowing exactly what they're getting in return. Like, if it's true or if it's not true, everything's going to wait. It's going to be a wait and see approach. Everyone's going to do that. No one's going to strike a deal for Deshaun Watson right now. I tell you that right now. No way. No how. All right. Randy from Facebook says, pick up Mariota. Tony Nagatani says, Beast, you're a craps player. I am. And I always bet the field. I always bet the field all the time. I do the hard ways once in a while if I'm feeling lucky or, if I'm, feeling it. But yeah, I love the field. Play the field. Play the field. That's what I say. When I go across the table, I just say, play the field. Everyone looks at me like, okay, who's this guy? And I always win. Play the field. And then they play the field, and then I don't play the field. Maybe I go out and, get something to drink, come back, and then they're like, dude, you told me to play the field, and I lost. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I guess I was good luck. Let's play the field again. Play the field. I'm telling you, play the field. It's the way to go. Joking, but not joking. No, craps is fun. All right. Paul Willis from YouTube says, I don't believe Ross has missed a game. Jordan Reed has had multiple concussions in the past. To be honest, guys should hang it up with the betterment of his health. Interesting take. All right. Sanjo Sunny from the BEASTwriter family. Outside of paying Fred Warner, which Niners need to do now, what else do you think the Niners must do now or as soon as possible? Nothing. I think they could just stay pat because, again, look at the moves that were made by John Lynch. I mean, that guy can just chill out right now and just take a break. I mean, he did a lot in free agency, signed Kyle Juszczyk, brought back Emmanuel Mosley, re-signed Jason Verrett, Trent Williams. What else did you guys want? Got Samson Ebukam on the cheap, 2-year, $12 million. So I say just stay pat. All right. My man Jeff from KC says, who's winning in free agency? Great question. Let me just pull that up. You guys, my winners and losers. Well, today I have to say it's the Miami Dolphins. That Will Fuller move was absolutely the best deal on day 4, in my opinion. But looking at free agency, when I talk about going outside the building, not talking about in-house, keeping in-house free agents here with their respective teams. I'm talking about just strictly outside the building and getting some guys. I'm just going to go down the roster of all 32 NFL teams. I will give you my answer shortly. So I do like what the Miami Dolphins did with Will Fuller alone. They also got Matt Skira, the center from the Baltimore Ravens. I do like that move. I think they are potentially winners, so you can put them in that category. The Cincinnati Bengals, they made some plays, although I think they overpaid for a lot of the free agents that they had there. Trey Hendrickson, I think, is overrated. I already discussed this earlier. They overpaid for him, obviously, in my opinion. I don't think he's going to do much in Cincinnati. I could be wrong, but I think they're losers. So Cincinnati Bengals would be losers for me. No surprise there. They haven't won much in Cincinnati anyway, so kind of goes hand in hand. Not throwing shade, it is what it is. The Detroit Lions, they made some okay plays. They got Jared Goff from the Rams through trade. Obviously, they got Jamal Williams through the Packers, Tyrell Williams from the Raiders, Brashad Perryman from the Jets, and then Michael Brockers from the Rams. I don't like any of those deals. I do like the Michael Brockers ones, but outside of that, Jared Goff is decent, but that's through trade. I would say they're losers as well. They're just filling needs based on the free agents. I don't like the value that they're getting, signing those guys to their respective contracts. So not a fan of them. Just go down the list here. I'm just going to pick out the Niners. I do like that what the Niners did with Alex Mack and getting Samson Ebukam. So they would be considered winners in my book. I would have liked them to go get Emmanuel Sanders for a 1 year, $6 to $8 million contract that the Buffalo Bills signed them and used that money instead of unloading it on Samson Ebukam. However, it's okay. I give them a passing grade. They did get Alex Mack. So they are winners in my book, the San Francisco 49ers. The Los Angeles Chargers, definitely winners in my book. They solidified the offensive line. GM Tom Telesco did a really good job there getting Corey Linsley, a first-team All-Pro, while doubling down on those gains with versatile offensive tackle, can kick inside to guard. Former Pittsburgh Steeler, Matt Filer. I thought those were very sound plays. And then they pick up Jared Cook, who destroyed the 49ers back in 2019 before Ahkello Witherspoon knocked him out of that game. So with that being said, I really like those plays for the LA Chargers. They are definitely winners in my book. Let's go down the list here. New England Patriots. How can they be losers? They're definitely winners, right? You trade for Trent Brown. You get Nelson Aguilar, Kendrick Bourne, Jonnu Smith, Hunter Henry. A lot of weapons for whoever the quarterback is, whether it's Cam Newton or Jimmy Garoppolo. And then on the defense side of the ball, they got Devon Godchow, so they solidified the nose tackle position. They also bring back Kyle Van Noy, 2 guys from the Miami Dolphins. So 2 AFC East guys, stay within the division, go to the New England Patriots. That's killing 2 birds with 1 stone. One man's trash is another man's treasure. That's Bill Belichick's MO. And they also got Henry Anderson as well. So you take that all into account. That's a defensive front 7. And then they also slap in Matt Judon from the Baltimore Ravens, an edge rushing presence. How can you go wrong? They are definitely winners there. Going down the list, the Arizona Cardinals. definitely winners. They pick up AJ Green from the Cincinnati Bengals, and they also get Rodney Hunted via trade, only giving up a 3rd-round pick in return. They also get a 7th-rounder from making that deal. So, Arizona Cardinals, nice play there. And they also got J.J. Watt. So, winners. The Raiders are definitely losers. All right. Those trades that were made for the offensive linemen, horrible. By the way, they have no offensive line whatsoever. They're probably the worst offensive line in the NFL because they have nobody aside from Colton Miller on the left side. Okay, let's take it a step further. Looking at the numbers and looking at the transactions in my notes here, they got Kenyon Drake, John Brown on the offense side of the ball. Okay. On the defense, they did pick up Quentin Jefferson and Solomon Thomas and Yannick Ngakoue. I'm going to say losers. I'm going to say that it's a losing grade because, again, you're banking on players' potential. Yannick Ngakoue is just a one-trick pony. He's a pass rusher. He gives up a lot in run support. I don't like it. Solomon Thomas, we know what we're getting there. I'm not a fan of Solomon Thomas. I don't think any of us are. If you're a Niner fan, you guys know what you're getting with Solomon Thomas. So, So really what you have is just Kenyon Drake. I'd say that's a losing grade for me. Again, you look at some of these other moves that were made, right? The biggest one that I really like, I liked what the New York Jets did. I do. I like what Robert Saleh and GM Joe Douglas were doing there. They picked up Corey Davis. Well, they have 2 first-round picks in the first round, right? They have multiple picks in the first round. They have number 2 and number 23. They went ahead and get Corey Davis from the Tennessee Titans. I like that play there. They also pick up Keelan Cole, who can be the team's primary punt returner. So I like that play there. They got Dan Feeney, again, very versatile, can kick into guard or play center. I like that move there. Defensively, they did pick up Carl Lawson. I thought they were banking on his rookie season potential where he had 8.5 sacks during that rookie season. Not much thereafter. I believe he just recorded 11 sacks over the next 3 years. I don't like that move. I thought they overpaid for him, but I do like the pickup of LaMarcus Joyner coming from the Oakland or Las Vegas Raiders, I should say. Nice play there. So they would ultimately be winners in my book. All right. So again, one of the biggest underrated moves, and I'm just going to talk about it right here before we move on in answering your question, who are the winners or losers? I really like the Baltimore Ravens going after Kevin Zeitler. No one's talking about Kevin Zeitler for the Baltimore Ravens, and you guys should be talking about him. Why? This is a guy that I want the Niners to go after a few years ago. Kevin Zeitler is one of the most underrated offensive linemen in my grading system. I'm telling you, Kevin Zeitler for the Baltimore Ravens, and they were looking for the Marshall Yanda over the course of how many years since he retired? What, the last 2 years or something like that when he retired, or last year when he retired, or 2 years now? What are we in 2021? So you guys get the picture. They're looking for their Marshall Yanda. And Kevin Zeitler's not going to be the next Marshall Yanda. No, he's not. Marshall Yanda is a Hall of Fame interior guard. But Kevin Zeitler is really, really good. And he signed a 3-year, $22 million contract. I thought it was a sound play by the Baltimore Ravens. He even had an offer for the Seattle Seahawks, if I'm not mistaken. So he can play in a power run-based or a zone blocking scheme. So you see why I am so high on him, because you guys know how I feel about versatility. I just talked about it earlier in this podcast, right? In this live stream. Versatility, the more you can do on a team, the more valuable you are to that team. And Kevin Zeitler, again, man, a great player, a great pickup on a 3-year, $22 million deal, who the Seahawks wanted him. They couldn't get him. That's why they traded for Gabe Jackson with the Las Vegas Raiders, giving up a 5th-round pick in return, because ultimately they wanted Kevin Zeitler. But he chose the Baltimore Ravens instead. Niners got a break there. Everybody in the NFC West got a break there, because if Kevin Zeitler was in the division, that's bad news for you guys if he's not on your team. Just saying. All right. Frank Willis from the BEASTwriter family. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if the Niners keep Jimmy with them signings Williams and Mack. Maybe draft a quarterback, let him sit for a year, keep Jimmy protected to increase his trade value. All right. Alan James from Facebook says, do you think we will trade Jimmy? As of right now, I don't know. It's not looking strong. All right. Yeah. Wisnowski was drafted in the 4th round of the 2019 NFL draft. Such a waste. See? What I tell you. Alex says, what was your scout report on Samson Ebukam? Great question, Alex. If you catch my live stream I believe it was yesterday. I went ahead and broke that down. So it's in there, buddy. Go back. I did put up my scouting report there. All right. Paul Willis says, destroying looked pretty good. Who's destroying? All right. Let's go ahead and move on. Thank you so much, Baruna Pereira, for the generosity in the super chat. Again, for those who don't know, I have this cool super chat option. I don't know how it works. All I know is that YouTube said it would be a good thing for me to use based on my audience, which is the BEASTwriter family, of course. And they said it would be good to use this new option or feature, I guess you would say, called Super Chat. So basically, let me just introduce that again. It's a cool new feature called Super Chat. So if you like the channel, like the work, like the BEASTwriter family we're striving to build, go ahead and consider sending me a Super Chat. It's just another fun way for me to engage with you. I'm thinking about doing this. Anytime someone sends me a Super Chat, I'm going to do something funny. I don't know what that is yet. I still have to think about it. If you guys have any options for me or have any ideas, anytime a Super Chat pops up, I will have to do something. Throw that my way, and I'll take that into consideration. Don't get too crazy on me. All right, Project Mac. Who's your quarterback crush in this draft? Zach Wilson. Hands down, Zach Wilson. Or Mac Jones. I like Mac Jones a lot too. So those two guys are definitely my draft crush. All right, Corey Briggs from Facebook. Go get Kaepernick. Drop Flacco. I don't think it's going to happen, man. I think Kaepernick burned that bridge in San Francisco. I don't know. I just don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. All right. Isaac from the BEASTwriter family. Any way too early predictions on the team to have the best bounce back season? My throw is the Pats if they get a more reliable quarterback. So Isaac says that the Patriots will have the best bounce back season. I am in agreement with you. I think the Patriots are going to win at least 10 games this year. And that's saying a lot with the Miami Dolphins within the division. You have to face them twice a year. But I think ultimately they're going to split 1-1. I think they're going to split the divisional series 1-1. The Dolphins are really good. They're probably to my top 4 AFC team right now. To go to the AFC Championship game, they're definitely in the top 4. Obviously, you have KC there, but off the top of my head. But the New England Patriots, definitely a 10-win game, 10-win season. And with, I believe they're going to, 17 games now? So 10 wins is not out of the question at all. Antonio Lozado, my man from the BEASTwriter family. Afternoon, Beast. What is going on? That looks like Juju was hoping for $14 to $16 million per year. No one came close, so he decided to try it again next year. He did. He's betting on himself. Who else is betting on himself? There's a lot of people who are striking 1-year prove-it deals. Why? Because these TV deals that just went out, their agents are probably telling them, look how much revenue we get. We don't want to sign a contract now. Let's wait a year because these TV deals are going to come through, and then we can get more money next year. Agents always looking out for their players, but also looking out for themselves. I want a fatter wallet. I want more money. Let's go for the 1-year prove-it deal. All right, Mariah Lee says graphic designers are definitely not cheap. Going through that right now. Yeah, expensive. And I had 10 people working on my graphics, making sure it's correct. I liked certain things. I wanted a certain way. I'm very attention to detail oriented, but we got it. I like it, and everyone's loving it. All right. Alex says, I can get you the best deal for graphic designer and printing. Come on, man. Love. Go Niners. Thank you, Alex. I will definitely be in touch with you. Maybe we can work something out. Gavin Upright Cartwright, do you think Juice signed a team-friendly deal also with Shanahan utilize it more next year? Or will it be SSDD and Juice playing only 40% of the snaps and not being used effectively? Getting back to your first question, I think they gave him a lot of money, Kyle Juszczyk. Will Shanahan utilize him more? I don't think so. I think what you can expect from Kyle Juszczyk is more of the same. There's only so many footballs to go around, and that's one. So on any given play, only one guy gets to touch the ball. Now, whether that's Brandon Ayuk, or that's Deebo Samuel, whether that's George Kittle, One of those guys is going to be the primary option. And then if it's not them, Raheem Mostert, Jeff Wilson, whoever the running back is. And then it's Kyle Juszczyk. He's the sixth option. So how many times on a certain play or on a given play is Kyle Juszczyk really going to be the primary option? He's definitely the third or fourth, even maybe fifth option. Check down Juice. But hey, I want Juice more used in the passing game. I think he can really show up there. I would love to see him getting 70 catches. But ultimately, I don't see that happening. All right. Jeff says San Francisco just needs a quarterback. Oh, my man Jeff is a Kansas City Chiefs fan. Love it, buddy. You're funny. 2007, totally agree. Everyone agrees. See? Your designs would have been cheaper if you went through me. Let me hook you up on Coming Beast. All right, man. I'm all ears. Ashford Turbo from the BEASTwriter family. If Jimmy doesn't take us to a Super Bowl this year, he's done. Wow. So all you guys are saying, if Jimmy doesn't help you guys get to the Super Bowl, he should be gone. What if Jimmy Garoppolo throws for 40 touchdowns, 5,000 passing yards, only throws 13 interceptions, and it was the defense that lost you guys the Super Bowl? Would you still want to get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo? It's a serious question. But thank you. I appreciate it. Derek Feld from the BEASTwriter family. Can't you move Mosley to nickel and put Fuller on the outside, and you think we good with Jimmy Ward and more at safety? Go Niners. Thank you, Derek from the BEASTwriter family. And getting back to your first question of the two-part series here, you can move Mosley to nickel, but why would you want to do that? Ultimately, you paid him to be a boundary quarterback. You have to fill that nickel slot role, but ultimately, why would you want to kick in Emmanuel Mosley and then free up Kyle Fuller on the outside? I just don't see that happening. They obviously don't have the cap space, so this is probably not going to happen anyways. And getting back to your second question, I like Ward and Tarvarius Moore at safety on the back end, and the reason I say that is because of this. The only reason the 49ers had the opportunity to draft Tarvarius Moore was because of the Trent Brown trade. And he came over as a third-round pick. Okay. It was a small sample size to pull from, giving Tarvarius Moore first-team reps once Jaquiski Tartt went down to injury. So, in fairness to Tarvarius Moore, who you drafted in the third round, a high-round pick, you need to give a larger sample size because, again, he's going to be due for another contract, and wouldn't it be smart to give him more body of work to pull from? So you, as an analyzer, as a scout, can pull more snaps to pull from and be like, hey, all right, based on last year, let's see the improvement this year. Now we can put 2 and 2 together on whether we need to extend them long term. If you roll the other way, the other direction, bring in some other veteran, and then Tarvarius Moore takes up that seat, well, then you're not allowing him room for growth. And then you're kind of stuck with somebody who has the potential, but you don't know whether he can unleash that potential because there's someone starting ahead of him who has done it for 5-6 years consistently. So in fairness to Tarvarius Moore, and from a GM perspective, you're going to want to give him every opportunity to win that starting role. And how do you do that? You just pencil him as a starter and roll with Tarvarius Moore and Jimmy Ward on the back end. Thank you for your question. Jerry Yang from the BEASTwriter family. Whoa. Front runner Beast. Let's settle the quarterback situation before we do that. I do agree with the Cardinals being up there, but Rams with Stafford got a lot better. Yes, Rams are a lot better too, but don't sleep on the Niners. Do not sleep on the Niners, and I'll tell you why. They have Kyle Shanahan. They have George Kittle. They have Brandon Ayuk. They have Deebo Samuel. They have edge rusher Nick Bosa coming back. They have Fred Warner, the best middle linebacker in the game. They bring back Emmanuel Mosley and Jason Verrett, along with Tarvarius Moore and Jimmy Ward. So that secondary is intact for another year. Now it's under a new scheme. I get it. That's going to have to come to fruition to see how that unit gels under this new scheme. However, I like what they're doing there. I like what they did to solidify the offensive line. The whole thing for me was solidifying the offensive line because it doesn't matter who the quarterback is, whether it's Jimmy Garoppolo, Deshaun Watson, or someone else. If you don't have a strong offensive line, they're not in contention anyways. They got Alex Mack. They re-signed left tackle Trent Williams. Right? Their offensive line just got a whole lot better. Just got a whole lot better. So I'm not going to pump the brakes. I'm going to say the Niners are front runners for the NFC West, and I'm not afraid to put that out there. Again, this is why you follow me. Look at the live streams before free agency. I would say they were not one or two players away from making the Super Bowl. Here we are today, and I'm saying they're front runners for the NFC based on the free agency moves that they made and keeping in-house free agents. So that's why you guys follow me. Again, I'm not saying they're going to win the NFC West, but they're definitely up there. They're not third place in the NFC West. Let's not get it twisted. They're going to be up there. They're going to surprise people, and then people are going to be like, wow, the Niners are back. Let's go. Faithful to the Bay. All right. But Sanjo Sunny from the BEASTwriter family. Agree 100% that the Niners made the right move so far. Just want them to move off of Jimmy G or restructure his deal, but hella agree with you that they have done all they needed outside of Jimmy G. Agreed. Sanjo Sunny from the BEASTwriter family. We are definitely doing some big things here. I will be getting Reggie Roby. Tony Agatani's favorite puncher is Reggie Roby. I believe he was the first black puncher for the 49ers, if I'm not mistaken. Didn't he wear number 4? He also played for the Miami Dolphins. Reggie Roby was also one of my favorites. Dude, that guy can boom it. Reggie Roby. If you guys don't remember Reggie Roby, I believe he had the one, what do you call it? The face mask that was just like that one bar. I don't think you can have that anymore in today's NFL. Mariah Lee says, from the BEASTwriter fan, Andy Lee is my favorite puncher as well. Yes, I love Andy Lee. Met him a few times before covering the 49ers. I liked him. I ran into him at Smashburger over in the Rivermark Plaza. I remember this day. And it was the first time that I was at Smashburger, and I saw Andy Lee. And this was when I was a fan. I was like, oh, dang, that's Andy Lee. It was late at night. They're about to close. He was there with his kids. And then I was like, dude, like, you're Andy Lee. He looked at me like, oh, yeah. Like, obviously, he's like, yeah, no one recognizes me. I was like, yeah, because I have front row tickets. I see you practicing. I'm on the 20. I see you warming up right there. You're literally like 5 feet from me. And it's, oh, cool. So then I was like, oh, what did you get here? And like, he told me what he got, and I got it. I think it was like a mushroom voodoo burger or something. I forgot what the name of it. But anyways, Smashburger doesn't even exist anymore. They went out of business. But I will always remember that story with Andy Lee. Sean Slade from the BEASTwriter family. Ayuk, Debo, Kittle barely were on the field together this past season. If all healthy, you cannot double every dude. So good luck to opposing defenses. Yep, pretty much. All right, Jerry Yang from the BEASTwriter family says Ryan Pace didn't budget correctly, so he had to panic Kyle Fuller. And yes, Andy Lee was the best. Glad he got his contract with the Cardinals. Yeah. For those who don't know, Andy Lee was almost off to the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's right. He signed, the Niners tendered him. He then signed a contract with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Niners then decided to match that offer, so he returned to San Francisco. All this off the top of my head. All right. Go Niners. Ray Dion says, have you announced the winners? No, that will be released at 2:30 p.m. on my live stream. I am going to release the Jimmy Garoppolo bobblehead today, so stay tuned for that. R. Keith says, them allegations is false news. They decided to drop them after the dude has dug in and said he's not playing for Houston anymore. All right, Antonio Lozado, my favorite Niner puncher is Klaus Wilmsmeyer by name only. Oh my gosh, Klaus Wilmsmeyer. You're bringing back the past. I believe he was number 14. Wasn't Klaus Wilmsmeyer number 14 or number 10? I forgot. I think he's one of those numbers. Let me know what number he was. Thank you so much. Ollie Bear, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. If you guys don't know what the super chat is, again, it's a way, just another way for you guys to engage with me and for me to engage with you. It's a really fun way. So if you like the work, like the channel, like the BEASTwriter movement and the BEASTwriter family we're striving to push for and build up here, consider sending me a super chat. This is a super chat. I don't know how it works, but this is a super chat. All right. Thank you, Ollie Bear. He says, hey, brother, Ryan Flacco is being considered, but Mariota would be so much better. Mahalo, Ollie. Thank you so much. I agree with you. I like Mariota more than I like Flacco. Again, you're obviously from Hawaii. What part of Hawaii? I would like to know that. And mahalo to you as well. Aloha. All right. R. Keith Brown says, also, Lillard, for these women were a former neighbor of the McNair family, so I smell something fishy going on. Interesting. All right. Thank you so much. DTAO227 from the BEASTwriter family says, keep up the good work. I see you. Thank you so much. All right. Tony Nagatani says, thank you so much for your generosity, guys. I really love the super chat. This is fun. Again, I want to do something funny. So every time someone sends me a super chat, I have no choice but to do this thing. If you guys have it, as long as it's within reason, obviously, let me know what I can do, and I'll do it. All right. Tony Nagatani says, play the Justin Fields. I see what you did there. Play the Justin Fields. I get it. Nice play. You're very bright. Daniel Albright. Speaking of bright, Daniel Albright from the BEASTwriter family says, with D Ford restructuring, how much cap space will Niners have? That's a great question. I have to run the numbers. I don't know the exact numbers off the top of my head. Mikey says, from the BEASTwriter family, have a good one. Jesus loves you. Yes, absolutely. All right. Thank you so much, Mikey. I appreciate it. Gavin Upright Cartwright from the BEASTwriter family. Have you talked to Grant how to do a phone in yet? I have not. I'm going to figure this out, though. Luke M. I'm going to say Luke M. From the BEASTwriter family says, it's time to move on from Jimmy G now. We signed the same guys back. It's not like we get better, though. 49ers have $13 million cap left. They have to use $9 million on the draft class. Yep, that's very true. They need to save about $9 to $10 million, depending on where their draft positions are. Also, that can change. As we know, there's trade ups, trade downs, so forth. So I would say $10 million, and they don't have much wiggle room. All right. Derek Feld from the BEASTwriter family. I think the Niners should make a trade for Derek Carr. I think he would fit good with us. Trade Jimmy to the Pats for a third, and then trade for Derek Carr. Derek Feld, I love your thinking, man. And this is why I love the BEASTwriter family, is because you provide great analysis. I am with you on this one. I like Derek Carr as well. I would like a trade for Derek Carr. Derek Carr is accurate. He can run the system. He's more mobile than Jimmy Garoppolo. Again, you saw what he could do with Nelson Aguilar throwing the deep ball. So he has deep field accuracy. He goes through his progressions, very cerebrally smart, makes quick, precise decisions. Again, learning from John Gruden, he's a great quarterback coach, in my opinion. I think that he would do wonders under Kyle Shanahan's offense. And then you can then move on Jimmy Garoppolo for a day 2 pick, which I said in my Jimmy Garoppolo analysis earlier, and assessing his trade value. So I agree with you. Good call. Daniel Albright, any moves Niners make in free agency or just focus on draft? Just focus on the draft, man. Just focus on the draft from here on out. That's all I got to say about that. All right, let's go ahead and move on. We are getting some hot questions in here. All right. Let's go ahead and get to these questions. Wow, we are way behind, or I am. Why Derek Carr? Jimmy G is just as good. I like Derek Carr a little bit better than Jimmy Garoppolo, although they are neck and neck. I would agree there. All right, let's go ahead and move on to some. Nothing is happening right now. Pain. McCarr, I like your avatar from the BEASTwriter family. Antonio Lozada, Beast, YouTube takes a percentage out of your super chat. The money goes to whatever account card you use with YouTube. Yeah, I know. They do take a percentage out of my account. That's just how YouTube works. They take 30% of whatever you guys send. But it's okay because that's how YouTube makes their money. So I get it. So not a problem. I get it. I do have a Venmo, and I was thinking about pushing my Venmo in there. I might do that. Some content creators have said using Venmo, so I might go that route as well. It's just one of those things where, we'll see how it goes. I like the super chat thing. This is cool though. I don't know. That's just me. Ollie Bear, thank you so much for the super chat. What if we pick up Mariota, trade Jimmy Garoppolo to Patriots? I like this move. I like if we trade for Mariota. Oh, if we pick up Mariota, if he's released, right? Or if he's released, I don't know if he's released yet, but if he's released as reported, I think the Niners should pick Marcus Mariota. And then you can trade Jimmy Garoppolo to the Patriots, get a 3rd round pick in return. Then you have draft flexibility to do whatever the heck you want. Build around Marcus Mariota or get a backup. Get a backup for him that you can groom in case Mariota doesn't pan out as an insurance policy. There's endless options there. But as long as you have Jimmy Garoppolo there, He is your present and he is your future. He is your present and he is your future. So ultimately, the Niners need to move on from Jimmy Garoppolo. I've been saying it since day one. I agree with Ollie Bear. I wouldn't mind going after Marcus Mariota. However, it all depends on what you can get from Jimmy Garoppolo in return because you need draft flexibility. And how do you do that? You get draft capital in return. So ultimately, we're going to have to see how this plays out. But a lot of talk has been Mariota coming to San Francisco. Obviously, we hear the rumors about Joe Flacco coming to San Francisco. Any quarterback is tied to San Francisco. Ultimately. Thank you so much for your generosity, Ollie Bear. I appreciate the love. Derek Fowles, now I should trade for Derek Carr. I like Derek Carr. All right. Luke says, I wouldn't even say he's better there. About the same player. Alex Mosqueda says, do you think Eric Armstead will want to go to lunch with us? Aloha. I don't know, man. Apparently, he doesn't like guys who have short man complex, who are ego lifters, who are amateur fanboys. So I don't think so. Funny you say that. We talk about Eric. Everybody talks about Eric Armstead when it comes to me. If you guys don't know the backstory, just Google it. With the personal attacks, of course, where he personally attacked me. And all I did was criticize his work on the field professionally. Roy Doyle from the BEASTwriter family says, can we still accept that Jimmy G is our quarterback? Yes, I guess we can. We definitely can. All right. Rosanna Baker, thank you for tuning in from the BEASTwriter family. One of my biggest supporters. She says, biggest draft needs now. Great question, Rosanna Baker. I'm going to break that down for you. A lot of you guys are asking for my mock drafts. What's going on with certain players. You guys know this is my season. Draft season is the way that you guys have been following me over the course of the years with my spot on predictions and analysis. I'm going to break it down for you. As it currently stands, I think they still need a quarterback. I think they need a running back. I think they need an offensive guard. Although they have Lincoln Tomlinson and Daniel Brunskill from San Diego State University, they still need more help there. They also need an edge rusher. They need a cornerback, I believe. And the reason I say cornerback is simply because Jason Verrett signed a 1-year prove-it deal. He's going to test free agency. You need an insurance policy in case he departs. Otherwise, we're playing musical chairs like we did and we are seeing this year. So we don't want that to happen. And depending on what they do at strong safety with Tarvarius Moore, I believe he's in the last year of his contract. If he decides not to return and goes somewhere else, like joins Robert Saleh next year, because they need a strong, possibly need some help there. That could be a play. That could be a play for them. So they also need a strong safety. So I can see that being a play for them. The following year, GM Joe Douglas obviously takes input from Robert Saleh. It could be one of those things where Tarvarius Moore has a good year, then signs with the New York Jets. And then what? So strong safety would definitely be considered a need position along with boundary cornerback, obviously offensive guard, running back, and quarterback. All right. Hope that answers there. If you're wondering who might be available, there's a certain amount of players. Obviously, draft position still plays a role. I'm still watching Wrapping Up Pro Days, and we will get to that shortly. All right. My man, Jason Ellsworth, thank you for the super chat. I love it. Love your channel and Insight Bro. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much, Jason Ellsworth. I really appreciate the love. Thank you for your generosity. Mahalo. I really appreciate it. Again, all the super chat funds will be going back to you guys, back to the BEASTwriter family. Again, if you watched my live stream, and it's a little embarrassing I'm talking about this, but if you watched my live stream yesterday, my first one, there's about a 5 to 7 minute cut in the audio, and that's because my software went out. So this will allow us to keep up and upgrade with the better audio, better visuals, better software. Also, in maintaining the BEASTwriter family giveaways, we can dish out bigger and better prizes, although the prizes are pretty on point already. It's pretty expensive. But, you know, it's just the upkeep of the BEASTwriter channel. So with that being said, thank you so much. I appreciate the love and your generosity. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Very generous of you. Very generous of you. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Wow, we got some big questions. All right. Jay Batts from the BEASTwriter family. Do you think Mack has the personality to push the rest of the O-line to step up, similar to the way Staley was? I do. I do believe he has that leadership qualities. Great question. Very good question. I like your thinking here because you're not thinking about on-field performance. You're thinking more of a veteran leadership presence. I see what you're doing here, and I love it. In answering your question in short, absolutely, I think he will be definitely a mentor to the younger guys like Daniel Brunskill and right tackle Mike McGlinchey. Like, hey, let's go. Come on. You just got beat, bro. Like, what are you going to do? Get beat again? Come on. Let's do this. You're hurting us. Let's go. Come on. We got this. Let's go. Like it. All right. Roy Dayon says Wade Ritchie was a baby greatest of all time. Wade Ritchie, if you guys don't know who Wade Ritchie is, he was the 49ers kicker, I believe, in the 1990s. I believe it was the late 1990s. I think it was like 1996 to like 1999 or something like that. If I'm not mistaken, he wore number 7, and the nickname for him was Wide Ritchie, not Wade Ritchie, because he would always miss his field goals and extra points. But he did have a strong leg. Yeah, Wide Ritchie or Wade Ritchie. I remember him. Blue-eyed guy, I remember. Brunette. Solo topics. I want Watson, trade Jimmy, sign Juju. All right. Alejandro Bermudez says, Smashburger did not go out of business, bro. My wife will be crying. She loves the gluten-free burger, bro. I didn't say they went out of business, but the one on Rivermark, that one's no longer there. I'm telling you. Go to Rivermark Plaza, right across the street from Levi Stadium. It's not there. It's not there. Also is not there is Vernon Davis's Jamba Juice. They pulled that out too. So those two things were gone during COVID. Those two establishments are no longer there, which sucks. Antonio Lozado, Williams-Meyer says Williams-Meyer was number 10. Oh, I spot on. See? Off the top of my head, I said 10 or 14. That's just how bad. Hey, I'm good. Alex Musquat, have you heard of anything on Jalen Hurts? Anything you can share? Did he tear a knee just running and jumping on the side field? Wow. No, I didn't hear anything about Jalen Hurts. I don't think he's going to be back, but we'll see. Ollie Bear is from Pearl City, Hawaii, 808. Okay, I see you. Mahalo. Thank you so much for the love and support. A lot of Hawaii fans here in the BEASTwriter family. What do you think of my logo? Or our logo, I should say. What do you think of our BEASTwriter logo? If you have yet to check it out, check out the BEASTwriter family logo. It is in our community page up on YouTube. Also, you can see it in the channel art on Facebook, Twitter, all the social media outlets, YouTube, of course. And let me know what you think. All right. John Slade from the BEASTwriter family. Saw the logo with the hibiscus. Are you from Hawaii or have ties? Just wondering. Cool to see other people from Hawaii in here as well. Yes. My grandfather was born in Oahu. My sister actually lives there with her brother-in-law. She is the counselor at KCC Community College in Oahu, so I visit there from time to time. Love the vibes. Good vibes only. Aloha, mahalo. Excellent, right? All about good vibes only. All right. Let's go ahead and move on. Where are you from, Sean Slade? I want to know where you're from. Trent Payne says, I used to live in Lahaina, Maui, 808. Oh, there you go. Okay. I see you. 49 Mark, 49 says, on-air video, eat an In-N-Out burger in between 2 Krispy Kreme donuts. Okay, so this, my man, 49 Mark, you guys know him. He has the ring on his head, the face paint. That's this guy. One of my really good friends before covering the 49ers in the NFL media. We were friends even before this. It's funny that he says this because for those who don't know, there's an actual video of me on Instagram. When I worked with the 49ers as a beat writer, before going onto the practice field, I ate a 4x4. Legit smashed it between 2 Krispy Kreme donuts because obviously it's right there, and then I ate it within like 5 minutes. David Lombardi was shooting the video, so was Matt Mayoko. Cam Inman was there cheering me on. Matt Barrows in the background too, rooting me on, rooting the Rhino on. That was my nickname that Matt Barrows gave me. He calls me Rhino, not Beast. Before I became BEASTwriter, but he still calls me Rhino. Yeah, good stuff. And I was dying when I went to the practice field. I wanted to throw up, but I held it in. Eric Soley, Beast, got another live stream. I'm pumped. There you go, my man, for the BEASTwriter family. There you go. That's what's up. Again, yeah, we're doing these really cool things. We got these super chat options now. So if you like the work, if you like the channel, if you like the BEASTwriter, family we're striving to build, go ahead and consider sending me a super chat. I don't know how it works, but again, YouTube said it's a good way for me to build up the social media engagement. And based on my analytics, they said that's the way to go. People like your live stream, so you should do a super chat. I said, okay, cool. What is it? I don't know, but it's working, apparently. Yeah. All right. Danny Albright says, Go Niners, been a fan since the 1990s. Ooh, okay. All right. Again, if you guys are just tuning in, today is Family Fridays. I'm going to be hopping on another live stream at 2:30 p.m. We are giving away this Jimmy Garoppolo bobblehead. So if you're just tuning in on Twitter, just head to the link in my bio. It's up there 24/7, 365. It will take you to the landing page, to my YouTube subscription, and for you to join the BEASTwriter family. Also, if you're watching on Facebook, which a lot of you guys are, just go to www.youtube.com/BEASTwriter and subscribe to my channel so you'll be entered for the giveaways as well. All right. And obviously, if you're on YouTube and have yet to subscribe to my channel, you can do that in the lower right-hand corner of your screen because you're going to see a subscription box where you can subscribe to BEASTwriter and the BEASTwriter family. All right. Luke says, Ryan, have you been giving Kinlaw workout tips? Because that boy is looking huge on his Instagram. No, I have not given him. I have not give him any workout tips. I need to see how big he really looks. That's interesting. So I'm going to check out his Instagram. But no, I am his biggest inspiration, though. He calls me his biggest inspiration. That's interesting to point out. Looking huge. I'm going to have to look and see how huge he is and what areas he looks huge in, because I'm eager to know. David Jr. Rodriguez, I think Jeff Garcia is available if you want. Wow. Jeff Garcia. How many of you guys really liked Jeff Garcia? Honestly, do you guys remember the game, his breakout game against the Tennessee Titans? I believe the Tennessee Titans were first in the division. So were the Niners at the time. I think it was like week 6, week 7. I think the Niners won that game 27-24, 24-21, somewhere around there. Jeff Garcia had one heck of a game. And I believe that was his first start under Steve Mariucci. Good game. Good game by Steve Mariucci. I will always remember that game. I was there. As you guys know, my family had front row season tickets since 1991 on the 20-yard line. Damn, that guy was good that game against the Tennessee Titans. And everyone was like, wow, this guy has it. San Jose State kid. Yeah. Bay Area native. All right. Trent Payne says, mostly Niner fans out there. That's true. In Hawaii, I think it comes down to 3 teams. It comes down to the Niners, Steelers, and Cowboys. In Hawaii, you guys are a fan of one of those 3 teams. Steelers, Niners, and Cowboys. And when the Seahawks were winning, I saw Seahawks fans. It's funny because in Hawaii, only in Hawaii will I see a 49ers sticker and a Seahawks sticker on the same car. Like legit. I will see a Seahawks sticker and a 49ers license plate on the same car. One in the front. I'm not joking. I don't know if that's a Hawaii thing. I don't know what. I don't know. Maybe the wife is a Seahawks fan and the husband is a Niner fan or a Steeler. I don't know what it is. But everywhere I go, I always see multiple teams. But it's always those 4 teams. Usually Seahawks, Steelers, and Cowboys. And then the Niners, right? So those 4. Interesting. Eric Soley, minus Lawrence and Wilson, who's your top 10 players in this draft for the Niners? When it comes for the Niners, I will go ahead and release that later. I don't have the list yet because, again, we're still going through pro days. A lot of legwork has yet to be done. So I will release that as it gets closer to the draft. We're still hitting pro days here. All right, Jonathan K28, happy Friday from Ireland. Oh, I had no idea you're from Ireland. Jeez Louise, drinking a bottle of Kona Big Wave right now. There you go. All right, Jason Ellsworth. Mike Kofer was the greatest of all time. Mike Kofer. Oh my gosh, he sucked. Mike Kofer was probably the worst. Wasn't he number 6? I think Mike Kofer was number 6, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. Or number 4. Number 4 or number 6. But yeah, Mike Kofer was awful. Awful. I believe he was he wasn't the kicker when they went to the Super Bowl, in 1994, or was he? Gosh, I just remember that guy being so horrible. He would miss extra points from the 2-yard line. I was like, what are you doing? Like, I can do that. I'm here as a kid saying I can do that. Obviously, I couldn't do it. But I was just like, everyone was saying, oh, I could do that. I'm like, maybe I can do it. Because obviously, Mike Kofer couldn't get it done. And that was pretty bad. All right, John Slade. I'm from Manoa. Crazy what a small world. My girlfriend goes to KCC. Oh, there you go. Ask her if she knows Shannon Sakamoto. That is my sister. Shannon Sakamoto is my sister. Yes. She probably knows my sister because, again, she's a counselor there at KCC. So, Sean Slade, if your girlfriend goes there, which she does, just head into the admissions and ask, say, do you know BEASTwriter's sister's at? Shannon Sakamoto? That'd be funny. And then my sister would be probably give me a call here in the Bay Area and be like, dude, who's all these people coming in asking if I'm BEASTwriter's sister? What the heck? All right, Jonathan K28. I wondered, did the 49ers allow Flacco to leave the building because they found a better backup quarterback? I love Mariota or Alex Smith. Yes. Agreed. My man, Robert Watson, your logo is awesome. It's not my logo. It's our logo. I made that logo for us. If I wanted to just make a logo for me, it just would have been BEASTwriter, but it's BEASTwriter family. This logo is our logo. It's really your logo, to be honest with you, because I did this for you guys, the BEASTwriter family. See, actions speak more than words, man. Anybody can talk and say these things, all these great things. Yeah, I'll promise all these things. No, I take action. Right. That's one thing everybody knows about me. I take action. I do what I say I'm going to do. I never waver from my word. My grandfather said before he passed away that his dying words were, your word is as strong as oak, and that I will always take that with me. Right. So if I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. That's one thing that I promise to you guys is I keep my word. Here we are with the logo, and this logo is for you. BWS stands for BEASTwriter Family. And that's what we are here. We're a BEASTwriter family. All right. Glad you liked it, Robert. We are coming in hot. We're going to do a lot of cool things with the BEASTwriter family logo here. You guys wanted t-shirts. You guys wanted sweatshirts. You guys wanted some beanies or some hats. That will all come in due time. Stay tuned for that. Good stuff is coming. Good things are coming here at the BEASTwriter family. But I am so happy that you guys like the logo because I love the logo too. I like the color scheme. I like the good vibe only that it brings off the hibiscus flower, the aloha good vibes. That's what it's all about. It doesn't matter what team you root for, whether it's Niners, Steelers, Cowboys, Dolphins. I don't care. We have all 32 different fan bases coming into here, and it's all about good vibes only. Everyone has a strong, healthy discussion, and it's all good. It's all good. All right. All right. Best Hawaiian beer. I don't drink beer, man. I don't drink. All right, Jason Ellsworth. He was 6 and he was horrible. Yes. 6. Horrible. What did I say he was? What number did I say it was? 4 or 6? Yeah, he was bad. Mike Kofor was bad. Like, that's like nightmares in my head. I remember going to the games at Candlestick. And my family had 2 sets of tickets. One front row, in section 14, lower box, row A, seats 1 and 2, right where everyone goes down because there's that little freaking walkway where media comes up and down stuff. And then you had also, I believe it was, I forgot the section. Oh, section 40 or section 44, over by what used to be the Marlboro scoreboard. It's not Marlboro anymore, but that scoreboard on the south side. Or north side, whatever side it was, where the scoreboard was, the Jumbotron was. I was right behind the goalpost, and I just see Mike Kofor missing it. And it's like people would go to the bathroom, after scoring a touchdown. Oh, we're going to make this extra point. It's a gimme. No, come back. Oh, how come we only have 6 points on the board? Oh, because Mike Kofor just missed an extra point. Are you serious? Yeah, as some guys eating chicken wings, dumping it in ranch. I'm not joking. I remember this. And then from that point on, Mike Kofor legit, I would not go to the bathroom. I would just sit there and be like, dude, this guy better not miss it. Yeah. True story. All right. Frederick Fernandez from Facebook says, what up, bro? Doing an awesome job from Midway Island, Hawaii. Hey, aloha. Thank you so much for tuning in. Jerry Yang says, best Hawaiian beers, anything from the Maui Brewing Company. Google Kofor, fair catch, kick for a good laugh. All right. Frederick Fernandez, do you think we drafted bad because it seems they are mostly old and 35-year-old free agents? We should have went young, right? I don't think you guys drafted bad. So and getting to your question, I'm not sure if you're asking about the free agents. or you're talking about the draft, or talking about should have got younger guys. I like these moves. Just because if you're going to be in a win now mode, now's the time to just get these veterans on the cheap on 1-year deals. And you see what they're doing. That's what they're doing. So they're trying to create a perfect storm where the Super Bowl window can reopen. I see John Lynch's play here, and I kind of like it. I kind of like what John Lynch is going here. Good things here. All right, so if you guys are just tuning in, again, we are running the Family Friday giveaway, which includes this BEASTwriter Family Friday giveaway, the Jimmy Garoppolo bobblehead. And again, for those who are new, we just launched this new super feature called Super Chat. I want to say Snapchat, but it's not Snapchat. It's called a Super Chat. Apparently, YouTube says it's the way to go for my channel and for my followers. It's a new cool feature called Super Chat. So if you like the work, like the channel, like the BEASTwriter family we're striving to build, consider sending me a Super Chat. And it's just another fun way for me to engage with you. Again, all proceeds from the Super Chat go funneled back into the BEASTwriter family. And it will help us get better audio equipment, better visuals, better graphics, better software, and help us with the Family Friday giveaways. Like today, we're doing giveaways, obviously. So yeah, cool stuff. And I thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and definitely your generosity. It's been greatly appreciated. Definitely appreciated. My boy Chris says, solid analytics beast. Nice logo. Gino Atkins release. Where do you think he lands? This is my boy Chris Natividad. I've known this guy since middle school. Great guy. Great person. And his question is, thank you so much for your generosity, by the way. Solid analytics beast. He said, nice logo. I like the logo too. Gino Atkins, yes, was just released. Again, this is something I said, Chris. I said this on an earlier podcast. I believe it was like 2 weeks ago. I put out my first Cincinnati Bengals article or YouTube video, and I said Gino Atkins is going to be released. And Bengals fans were like, whoa, that's crazy. And here we are today, and he got released. Where do I think he lands? Ultimately, I don't think it's going to be in San Francisco, simply because they already have Javon Kinlaw there. They already have DJ Jones, who just resigned. So, again, what's going to happen with Eric Armstead is he's going to be kicked into defensive tackle when they go into their pass situational formula. That remains to be seen. So there's a log jam there. So he wouldn't be a nice fit in San Francisco. However, when you're looking at what other teams need, a lot of them can use a defensive tackle like Gino Atkins, right? He mainly played with the Cincinnati Bengals coming in, he can play a 4-3 base or a 3-4 front. So he's not scheme dependent. I really like what he brings to the table. Very powerful at the point of attack, very aggressive at the line of scrimmage, wins early in the down with his power, can convert the speed to power very quick for a guy his size. Again, coming from Georgia, I really like Gino Atkins. But again, if you're talking about teams who may be in play for him, let's just go down the list. The New York Jets could use him, maybe, although I think they'd pass on him, but he could be a play there. I think he'd be a nice piece for Robert Saleh. They definitely have the cap space to do it. Don't count out the Detroit Lions. They could also be in play. And as well, the Denver Broncos would be a nice option for Gino Atkins, going back to a 34 base defense under Vic Fangio. He can be the 3-4 defensive end there. I can see him being a nice play for the Denver Broncos there. Obviously, they just got rid of Jarrell Casey, so the need is there. Look for him to make a play there. Could go to the Dallas Cowboys, maybe. A team like the New York Giants could also be in play. You also look at a team like the Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings can use a Gino Atkins, and they just got who? They just got Patrick Peterson on a 1-year, $10 million deal. So could they go after another household name and get Gino Atkins? Obviously, GM Rick Spielman loves his defensive front seven players, and Gino Atkins would be a nice plug and play there. So don't be surprised if he goes there. So those are some teams to consider. Thank you for your question. I appreciate you, man. And I did get your text message earlier. By the way, I'm not ignoring you, my man. I will get back to you later this evening, or after the show, I should say. Luke says, what's your Instagram? BEASTwriter is my Instagram. Yes, people are asking me what my Instagram is. I guess there's people making fake Instagram accounts of me. Don't be fooled. I have a real Instagram account. It's just BEASTwriter, like the handle on Twitter. I now changed it from BEASTwriter _ just BEASTwriter. Yeah, You guys know Twitter unverified me because I changed the underscore and removed that at the end of my handle, so it prompted removal of my badge. I know. Now people are making fake accounts of me, fake profiles. I get it, but no, it's BEASTwriter. So make sure it's just BEASTwriter. I don't know how else to say it. BEASTwriter is my handle. Yeah. All right, so I think we're gonna wrap up this show. We pretty much broke down all the parameters as it pertains to day 4 of free agency. Obviously, there were some moves made that were made today. I'm going to talk about that for Family Fridays while also releasing our Family Friday winner for the Jimmy Garoppolo bobblehead. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate all the love and support, all the generosity you guys sent with the super chats. And again, for those of you who are engaging with me, regardless of whether you send a super chat or not, I really value your input and your analysis and your support. So thank you so much. Mahalo. BEASTwriter is out for now. I'll be back in an hour. Stay tuned for that. BEASTwriter out. Peace.